Hello, welcome to today's webinar. This is the daily currency call webinar where Jin shares his analysis and ideas for a specific currency for each day. So for Monday, it's Aussie and New Zealand. For Tuesday is Euro. Wednesday is Pound, which is today. Thursday is Yen and Gold. Friday is Cat and Oil. So yeah, I see many familiar names here and also some new names too. So before we start today's session, do help me answer this poll, just so we know, is it your first time here? Yeah, I just launched the poll. While you guys are answering the poll, just allow me to share the scope of the webinar. This webinar is going to be very beneficial for both long-term investors and short-term traders. Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So just a quick introduction. Jin is the founder of LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase. In LCMS Traders, he teaches students how to trade the FX market. And for Forex Briefcase, he trades a US $8 million account on a daily basis for his managed account clients. And he's also an international speaker where he speaks in countries like Hong Kong, UK, US, Australia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, sharing his views about the FX market. So I'll post a couple of links in the chat for your reference. I'm Jin Wei. I've known Jin for about 3 years now, first as a student and now as a business partner. Jin helped me a lot in trading, especially in terms of fundamentals. So this is something to look out for during this webinar. So before I pass the time to Jin, let me check out the poll. Yeah, we have quite a few newcomers here. So if you don't mind, just answer another poll. How did you get here? Yeah, so while you guys are answering, I'll pass the time to Jin now for the currency call. Jin, you take over.
All right, thanks, Jinwei. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Give me a big thumbs up if you're here and present and good to go. I see a small thumb up there from a few of you. All right, so let's get started. Today we're talking about pound, right? Pound. So those of you who are Trader Club members, give you a bit of a head start. We already talked about pound on Monday night, and it's actually been moving according to plan. So I'll talk about the pound US dollar today, a bit about the euro pound that we touched on yesterday, and then also just a recap. If you have any questions, please put it into the chat on Zoom here. We are also live on Facebook. If you are joining us live on Facebook, I think one of the guys will be watching the Facebook comments, but please feel free to join us on the Zoom call. We do this every day, so we look forward, and we've got regular followings already. Most of you are regulars, so that's good. Let's get started. Okay. I probably wouldn't go through too much about Traders Club. Just a quick snapshot of that. Let me move this to this side. All right. So LCMS Traders Club, if you are already a member, fantastic. You've made the right move to help your trading success. If not, head onto Facebook, search for us, LCMS Traders Club, and click join. It is $49 a month to join, or $199 a year. $199 a year, less than $1 a day. Less than a pip. Right, and we identify trades and give you all the signals and all the information in the club. Some of you join us from Telegram. We fire out first in the, where's my signals? In the channel, in the group here first, before we put it into Telegram, telling you the information, whether to buy, sell, or which levels to buy and sell, take profit levels 1, 2, or 3, when to get out of a trade. And not just that, we tell you the reasons behind why we enter the trade, the strategy, the things that we don't tell everyone. We tell you the strategy behind why we enter the trade, so that you not only trade and make money, you also learn how to learn the strategy as well, learn how to apply it on different time frames. So it's all there. Just Let me find it. Tonight we actually have, oops, click on it. Tonight we actually have a coaching session talking about triangles, chart patterns, how to trade. Last week we spoke about head and shoulders, going through the different aspects of how to trade, the different strategies, the different tools, and also how to read news, look at trends, support, resistance, all that kind of stuff. Every Wednesday night we do that. Tonight 8:30 p.m. Make sure you turn up for all you Trader Club members. It is recorded, so you can watch, rewatch over and over and over and over again if you want to learn and make sure you catch all the key points. And on Monday nights, I do a weekly call. The last one I did, where was it? I can't find it now. The last one I did was just, let me just find it. I love the last one I did. That's my analysis on a day-to-day basis that I upload. Okay, that's the one we did on Monday, just 2 days ago. Talked about the Euro US dollar pin bar reversal. It's already 53 pips in profit, running. I think it might cap out there already. We have the pound US dollar, where I was giving an analysis on Monday saying that it was going to break resistance. So if you actually jumped into that trade on Monday, you would be up about 50 pips already. So in one night, we again identified over 100 over pips in profit for our Trader Club members. So if you are missing out on that, essentially you're missing out on 100 pips from Monday. Okay, so if you can afford the 100 pips, great. Get in. Okay, let's look at the news on Forex Factory. Same thing I've been saying over the past few days. Nothing much happening in terms of heavy big impact news. However, that's also probably a good thing. We see the market moving, trending quite nicely, small retracements before resuming the trend again. So it has actually been quite a nice trading environment for most traders if you know what you're doing. Those on a managed account, you've seen the big jumps in percentages on your account, because of how the market has been moving. It's been trending quite nicely. So we've been able to take good advantage of the market there. The main thing you want to take note of is this Friday, we have the Canadian employment numbers, unemployment rate and employment change numbers. So Friday, we'll be talking about, just nice, we'll be talking about Canadian dollar as well. So make sure you turn up for that. So not much news happening. Let's look at the charts straight away. Pound US dollar. Okay, pound US dollar, looking on the daily chart first. Just on the overall view, you can see that it has been in the wide range, in the very wide range of between 1.2828 to 1.2128. Okay, 1.2828 to 1.2128. That's a very wide range of 700 pips, 700 plus pips. Big range, okay? But in the narrower range, you also see it going from 1.2520 to 1.2128. That was a tighter range. And right now, it looks like it is trying to break above that range. Same thing I was talking about on Monday night, saying that we might see it head upwards. Right now, it looks like it's broken that resistance a little bit. Has broken, but not on the daily time frame. If you're trading it on the daily time frame, or if you're an investor on the daily time frame, I would urge a little bit more patience. But if you're looking at it on the H4, on Monday, I was saying that it's been moving across. It looks like it's going to break upwards. If it does break upwards, I could look at it going higher, possibly towards this level of 1.2660. Okay, so that's why we said that at that point you're about 50. Oh, no, wait, you're about going up from here, you're about that 20, 30, 40, 50 pips upwards already. So it needed to break out of this consolidation here to go higher. At this point, it really does look very interesting on the pound US dollar. We could see it if you get in from here, a 50, 60 pip stop loss for a possible 100 to to 40, 200 pip take profit. I don't think it will, although I'm going to put the take profits at about 230, I don't think it will go all the way there. All right, or it wouldn't go all the way there in a hurry. I do think that we could see it go, upwards from here towards this level again. So towards this resistance level again of 1.2662. Okay, so it could go up that way, and that would actually be quite nice. 50, 60 pip stop for 120 pip take. Still a risk reward of 1 to 2, still a very positive risk reward ratio there. Okay, so something to take note of for the pound US dollar. Now this 1.2520 has become a support level. Okay, it's become a support level in that range. So I do think that that could be quite well protected. Okay, any questions on the pound? I think the pound is quite straightforward the way it's been moving, so it's been quite straightforward. Okay, no questions. You're all happy listening in. I do hope that if you are listening in and this makes sense to you, jump into a trade or two. If you're not so confident, size it down a little bit, but take action on the analysis that we're doing and also on your own analysis. I know Kenneth is already jumping into trades even before I finish my sentence. He's already jumped into the trade already. Okay, he's laughing because he knows it's true. The next one I want to talk about. So yesterday we talked about Euro US dollar and Euro pound. I said that as you look at Euro pound, you want to look at both the Euro dollar and also the pound dollar. So looking at Euro pound, yesterday I said that it was at about 0.9045, saying that I had a brown line saying that it could come down towards the 9005 or 900 level, the 9 flat. Okay, it did that. So I hope you jump into that trade. That was a good 45 pips, almost 50 pips there already, just from yesterday alone. Right now we're looking at it. It possibly could come a little bit lower again. Okay. So I said that it's going to sit in that consolidation area. It looks like it could come a little bit lower, because if we do think that pound US dollar is likely to head up, if pound US dollar is likely to head up, we could see the euro pound get pushed down a little bit lower, possibly again retesting this support level of 8895. I'm not sure whether it will really go all the way down there, but maybe another 40, 50 pips again. So if you kept your stops quite tight, again, another 30 pips, you could be looking at another 60 pips downwards. Okay, so just a quick update on that pound euro pound trade. You could look at that move again, keeping your stops quite tight. If you had two trades, this is how I like managing my trade ideas. Is I jump into that trade, made that 40 pips, with a relatively tight stop of 30, get out there, and then after that now look for another trade. Look for another trade there, with a 30 pip stop for a 60 pip take. So in the worst case, I'm break even over 2 days. In the best case, I've made 40 something, I made 60 something, I've made 100 over pips in 2 days already. So that's the way I look at one move, breaking up one move into two segments, so that I minimize my risk a little bit and also realize my profits a bit quicker. Okay, so just a little bit nugget of things I share of how I manage my trades. I go into a lot more detail into the Traders Club for our members during our videos. Looking at Euro US dollar, it did exactly the same thing as we expected. Talking about it yesterday, I had that little brown line there saying it's possibly going to retrace. That upward move was fantastic. It's possibly going to retrace. So it looks like it really did do that trade. I hope a few of you jumped into that. That was a good 40 pip again, 45 pips again. Retracement. It does look like it's possibly going to go back up a little bit, but I don't think it'll do that too quickly. It probably will sit at this level for a while before tracing up. but tracing up, I wouldn't be tempted to buy because stop losses would be a bit unmanageable or a bit too volatile to might get hit for not a very attractive upside. It could be even 30 something, 20 something pips upside. So something to understand, but probably not jump into. Okay, so very quickly just went through the pound US dollar potential upside, bouncing off or breaking through that resistance level. Euro pound, I love how it went yesterday. Looks like we could see a little bit more downside to it, but still need the pound US dollar to move to drive how the euro pound is going to move. And then the euro US dollar, something to look at, but not jump into any trades right now. All right. Any questions again? All good. Take it back, Jimmy.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jin, for the analysis. Yeah, so if any of you here wants to learn how Jin does his analysis, like how he used the economic news, Forex Factory, and then how he draws his support and resistance such that the prices are respecting those to a T, definitely join the Traders Club. I'll post the link again. Yeah. So on the same note, just want to let you guys know that this webinar is recorded. So if you want to recap the video and stuff, you can check out the YouTube channel here. Again on the chat. Yeah. So with that, Traders Club members, do remember to join the 8:30 coaching session tonight. And everyone here, do remember to join the daily currency call tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See ya.